The vegetation treatment plan includes prescribed burns, chopping down trees, shrubs, and using grazing animals and herbicides on 38 million acres of state and federal land over the next 3 decades, all in hopes of preventing and reducing wildfires. Here with more on the issue is CalFire Chief Tom Porter. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
So massive fires like the rim fire burning now in Yosemite are stark reminders, of course, of the 2003-2007 wildfires here in San Diego. What's being done right now here in San Diego to prevent these large-scale fires in light of the Santa Ana season coming up?
Right, and what we're doing right now is just preparing for the season. So we have all of our firefighters trained. We're fully staffed. Though we have sent resources, engines, and firefighters to the rim fire, and they're fighting fire there, we will have them back at some time in the near future. And we also have a full complement of resources ready to go. Other things that we're doing is better utilizing the hundreds of cameras that have been placed out in the backcountry by the county and SDG&E on some of their power poles. As well as their weather stations that are well deployed all across the county.
You're working closely with them, I understand, SDG&E?
SDG&E, the county, UCSD, Forest Service, we're all partners.
Part of a team. Tell us about this 30-year wildfire prevention proposal called the Vegetation Treatment Plan. Tell us some highlights of that.
Well, it's important to understand that this plan is one piece of a systematic approach. We've already worked both at the state level and county level in particular on hardening structures through codes, building codes, through defensible space to reduce the threat of fire in that close proximity to the structure, and then land use planning to better plan for community protection. So those 3 elements are already in place. Now we need the 4th element, which is the landscape level treatment tool, to utilize where it is feasible, environmentally proper, and strategically in the right place.
Why do you think it's a good way to reduce wildfires in California, this sort of abatement plan, if you will?
Well, this is not so much an abatement plan because we're talking about 2% of that 30 million acres over a 10-year rolling time frame. So over a long period of time, we're not going to be able to treat enough acres to prevent large damaging fires. Large damaging fires are going to happen. These strategic landscape level treatments are important for us to be able to have that full systematic approach that I was mentioning.
In coming back to the rim fire in Yosemite, we don't know the cause, but theoretically, would a prescribed burn have helped in that situation?
I'm not familiar enough with exactly how that fire started, where it started, but it is quite possible. I have more direct knowledge of the cedar fire. The cedar fire would not have been prevented by a prescribed burn, but it might have been made access more possible for firefighters. There were 2 prescribed burns or series of prescribed burns east of Ramona that kept the cedar fire from blowing straight into downtown Ramona. And then on the backside of that same fire, there was a prescribed burn that kept the fire from going into Mount Laguna and Pine Valley.
Now, earlier I spoke with Rick Halsey, a biologist and director of the California Chaparral Institute, about why he opposes this plan. Here's what he had to say.
Sure, prescribed burns are useful resource tools in forests. Not all forests, but some. But in Southern California shrublands, there's too much fire on the landscape now. So adding more fire to the landscape like that is very detrimental in a lot of ways.
So he's talking about adding fire to the landscape already, but he's also talking about the difference in chaparral here in Southern California and Northern California. What is your response to that?
Well, it's important to know that chaparral is the most extensive land cover of fuel type of that kind in California. So there is chaparral throughout California. And this tool, though forests are definitely different. We plan our prescriptions to meet the environmental area that we're working in. So here in San Diego, we have forest, we have chaparral, we have
So you take that into
shrublands.
account. I see.
And we do take that into account, and we make sure to tailor our prescriptions to that vegetation type.
Are you working with critics of the plan to sort of reach some sort of compromise?
Yes, we are working with critics. I personally have been involved in 2 meetings in the last 2 months, one with the Board of Forestry, who is the governing body over regulations for CalFire at the state level, and then another meeting that CalFire had specifically with Rick Halsey and the scientists.
Okay, well, we look forward to the outcome of that. CalFire Chief Tom Porter, thanks so much.
Thank you, Patty.